Square Enix's Marvel Avengers is shaping up to be way better than I expected it to be. The July war table was rather short, just under 20 minutes, but it did inform us about a ton of info on the beta, missions, and of course, a new addition to the roster. So discussing the beta, it really seems like a lot of the game will be accessible during the beta. It will start players out in the Golden Gate Bridge scenario with the events that led to the A-Day, which was basically the fall of the Avengers. It is a 25-minute long mission. They say it's a roller coaster ride of an experience with lots of epic scenes, fighting, and traversal, with a final boss fight with Taskmaster. This mission is most likely one of the game's most iconic missions, which is why they are using it first. It should show off a lot of what the game offers in terms of combat and jaw-dropping scenes. In terms of fighting, I'm not sure what level and gear the heroes will be, but I will assume they're going to be pretty geared up since they're probably at their peak in terms of power before going into hiding. After that mission, the beta will open up new single-player hero missions and single-player co-op war zones. The war table detailed 2 of these hero missions. The first is a mission with Hulk and Kamala Khan when they go looking for the Olympia Archive in a dense forest in the Pacific Northwest, the last known location of Jarvis. This mission seems tailored for the Hulk as we see him destroying his enemies with ease. The next mission takes place in the Russian tundra to find S.H.I.E.L.D. secrets. These 2 missions were specifically picked for the beta. They're supposed to show off how different of environments each mission may have, something that was highlighted last war table. They have said that the open area missions are possible to explore, but how much exploration is still unclear. Besides Taskmaster being a boss, we also get to fight Abomination in one of these missions. He looks terrifying and I cannot wait to see him fight the Hulk. They didn't really show much to the boss fights, but I hope it's like a Mortal Kombat where they use the stages or the area around them in the fight. If the fights are staged, the area around the battle can be used for cinematic flair and just add way more to the fight instead of just a one-on-one battle. The devs really went out of their way with this beta, and instead of just adding a few missions to check out, after you beat the single player missions, you will unlock harm missions, war zones, and drop zones. This might be one of the biggest betas I've seen released, since most games just have 1 or 2 missions to check out and then it's over. And to fight in these missions, players will have access to 4 heroes: Iron Man, Hulk, Kamala Khan, and Black Widow. Harm is basically the X-Men's danger room. You can go there and practice your skills in increasing difficulty of fight simulations with your heroes and friends. If you beat the 3 difficulties, you'll unlock a special nameplate for when the main game is out. It's a pretty cool little incentive for players to actually try them out during the beta instead of skipping them. 5 war zones will be available for players as well, with tons of enemies, human and robotic, to fight. I like how the devs are giving players an opportunity to see as much as the game as possible, so we can really test it out and see the cohesive everything is. They made it a point to show off the traversal of each hero as well, and how it's true to their character. It's nice to see the devs showing off details and how proud they are of their work. Something new that we learned was the tactical awareness visions we can toggle. This mode will show everything there is to do in a mission, and in the example gameplay, they show that bunkers have environmental puzzles that need to be solved to access the rewards inside. I like this addition a lot. It allows for team communication and get a reward for it. I hope they aren't too obvious and some of the later missions have difficult puzzles to solve. Apparently war zones can take a long time to finish, ranging from 10 minutes to 2 hours. That is a ton of time, and it shows just how big some of these war zones might be. If it takes 2 hours to search and fight, and there's apparently over 80 missions in the whole game, this game is going to be massive. But don't worry, if you want a streamlined experience, there are missions called drop zones. These are way shorter than war zones and seem to be the experience in gear grind scenarios. So it's going to be interesting to see what a 2-hour war zone can offer in terms of gear compared to a quick grinding of drop zones. And speaking of gear and levels, each hero has 3 skill trees they can focus on, but in the beta we only get 1, which seems to be the primary tree. Iron Man's ult was revealed to be the Hulk Buster. It looks insane, and while one would think it would be a damage sponge, it looks to pack a ton of damage itself, with slams, gauntlet blasts, and sheer strength. And to finish off the war table, for players wanting to play solo, the AI that is used to fill your team will be the other heroes that you have customized and tailored yourself, so you can make your perfect dream team and have all the chemistry necessary to destroy AIM. I like this a lot because it means your characters matter and you aren't just sitting there doing nothing when you aren't using them. I wonder if they receive XP while being used by the AI. It wasn't mentioned, but that would be a nice little feature. But it might allow for power leveling to easily happen, so I can see that being a reason not to have it. And before the war table officially finished, they teased us with the new addition to the roster, and that hero is Hawkeye. He's going to be a fantastic addition to this game with his bow. I enjoyed Thor's flying and throwing Mjolnir around, but using Hawkeye's bow in this game, I feel like it's going to be an experience in itself. The devs took inspiration from a lot of comic sources, but the main one is from writer Matt Fraction, My Life as a Weapon, which debuted in 2012. This comic really focused on Clint's personality and life not only as a hero but as a regular person. If Square Enix isn't just focusing on combat but the heroes' personalities in this game, then it will bring so much depth to the game and a better playing experience for everybody. Apparently he even has his own story chain in the game that is unique to the main campaign, as it can be played solo or with a team. The fact that it gets his own story shows the devs are putting in a ton of work, and for free. Hawkeye is one of the most beloved MCU heroes now, and I know some will be confused when they see the character in this game, but there will be more costume options for players who don't like it, and maybe even a Jeremy Renner version, if Square Enix paid a lot to use the rights, that is. And that's about it from this war table. Like I said, it was really short, but it has some new info out there that we didn't know before this, such as how big the game actually is. There is a lot more content coming up, such as hives and boss layers as well. The fact that updates are free is also a crazy thing, since that does not happen anymore. If you want to get into the beta, you have to pre-order, but they have the open beta days. The days for the beta are as follows. You can play on the PlayStation August 7th, Xbox One and PC with the PlayStation Open Beta will be August 14th, and the whole open beta will begin August 21st. So you have some time to pre-order if you want that lengthy beta test time. That's all the info, guys. If you enjoy this content, stick around for some videos coming up or the ones in the description below. And until next time, peace.